Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Two. Mic check. Okay. Mic check. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me bring this chat up real quick. Can y'all hear me? Lil C, OCO, Blue Dreamer, OCO, a rising Aboriginal, OCO, T-Bone, Feathers Up, loud and clear. All right, good. Empress Vicky, Crystal P, love you. I love you too. Hey, Armani in the building. Big up. Man. Oh, let me get my sound effects in here. Hold up. I gotta cut those on. Okay. Oh, my speaker's on. Hold, let me cut those off. Okay. Yeah, I know I usually get this time right here, get situated. Let's see, Choctaw Montana in the building. What's up, brother? King Third Eye in the building. What's going on, brother? Huh? OCO Goat, how you? True Spirit in the building. I see Night Battle on Night Watch. Old Breeze in the building. What's up, Old Breeze? Florida, what up, Florida? Shout out from the South. Shout out to the whole South then. You know what I mean? Chicago in the building. What's up, Chicago? Lil C, CEO. Jacksonville, Florida in the building. Duval in the building. Pontiac, Michigan in the building. Longburg, North Carolina in the building. Brooklyn, New York in the building. Florida in the building. What up, A1 Niji? Baton Rouge in the building. North Carolina in the building. Duval County in the building. Birmingham, Alabama, Kansas City, Douglasville, Georgia, Delaware, Montreal in the building. Killeen, Texas in the building. Duval in here deep. South Carolina in the building, VA in the building, Cali in the building. Hey, you got that as your name too. You cheating. Virginia Beach, VA. What up, VA? Thomas O, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Naptown representing. What up, Keith? Milwaukee, I see you, Empress Vicky. Wichita, Kansas in the building. I see you. San Antonio, Texas. What up, Terrence? Minnesota. Hey, hold up. Louisville, Kentucky. Chicago. Trinidad in the building. Fort Worth, Texas in the building. Oklahoma in the building. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Clayton, Alabama in the building. Hey, Jersey in the building. Hey, how you repping Jersey and your name Dallas Cowboy? Well, I mean, I guess that's your team. Seattle in the building. Dallas, Texas checking in. Minnesota Avenue, hey. DC in the building. You know what time it is. Lexington, Kentucky in the building. All the Carolinas in the building. Sugar Brown representing the Carolinas. Oh, hold on. Let me switch these screens. Hold on. We're going to come back to it. I promise you. Keep putting them in there. I'm about to come right back to it.
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
This brother, he is raising some serious questions.
He's here to make you think.
What I'm trying to do is get our people to understand that we have been lied to all the way around about our history. Can you name any other group of people, no matter their skin complexion, that are being labeled primarily as the name of two continents? Not two countries, two continents. That is called a misnomer, which is the act of applying a wrong name to some person or thing.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes.
I want y'all to check out somebody named Dane Calloway.
Dane Calloway?
Look into Dane Calloway. He has a lot of information about how this whole shit was told in.
Hold up. Put the fire emojis in there too. The turtles, the bow and arrows. I'ma skip this intro. Y'all putting in a lot of, I ain't trying to miss nothing. I'ma skip this one. Let me go to the next one. Come on. Yeah. Turn it up. Hey. Look, my wife and I, so far we put out 3 books and they 5 stars, cause we educating the tribe up. 100 years, after 100 years, they done lied to us, but we wised up. The first book got them haters shook, cause it's up on my people, take a drive up. Memory lane, down memory lane, remember everything, watch it line up. And the second book, we exposed it all, had them gatekeepers going, how but? Predictable, they was fictional. All I heard getting that lies piled up. In the third book, we was riled up, like a car's engine with his mouths up. They the lie that said that we came from Africa when that's where they came from round, bro. Hey, finding out all on your own is what I highly recommend and suggest. And if you looking for answers and content by me, I highly recommend you the best, which is my website at the link you see just across the screen. Don't let it miss you. I make it simple. I double down on that black and white. It's too official. All right. Hey. So look, I'm gonna give y'all a round of applause. Thank you for coming out.
Set it on fire.
I appreciate that.
It's go time, Slim.
I know it's late, ladies and gentlemen, but we're gonna have some fun tonight. Let me go ahead and get some more shout outs right now. I ain't get a chance to do it. Who in the building? Tell me who in the building. City and state. Go ahead, put it in there. I'm about to shout some more people out. I know it's late. This ain't don't get used to this, y'all. I know I've been doing it late for the past couple times I went late. Don't get used to it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it earlier than that so everybody can catch it. Beaufort, South Carolina. B more in the building. St. Paul, Minnesota. Wait a minute, that joint just jumped. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. Tampa, Florida. San Diego in the building. Montgomery, Alabama in the building. St. Paul, Texas. Jersey, Brick City in the building. Lil Chris, what up, Lil Chris? Orlando, Florida in the building. Grid, South Carolina. Flint, Michigan. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Newark. Harrisburg, PA. Palmdale, California. Colorado. Miami, Florida. What's that? Southern California, Mississippi in the building, Brooklyn, New York in the building, Nashville, Tennessee in the building, Long Beach, Cali in the building, Little Rock, Cali in the building, Compton, Cali in the building. Yeah. And you know what? Because it's not even that late for Cali right now. I'm a little jealous. Fresno, Cali in the building, J-Town, Mississippi, Louisville, Chicago, stand up, Philly, Las Vegas in the building, Alaska in the building, Inglewood, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, another Las Vegas, Ohio, Mooresville, North Carolina, St. Louis in the building, North Philly in the building. Somebody said Bermuda. What's that? West Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, look, Tallahassee, Florida. I'm trying to read everything before that thing jump. Monroe. Oh man, that thing jump. I believe that was. Hold on, I can't even say it again. Cleveland in the building. Hold up. Savannah, Georgia. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Louisiana. Yeah. Memphis 10. Raleigh. Let's say Rayford, North Carolina. Chicago, Illinois. Boston. Minnesota, Minneapolis. Cleveland, Ohio. Monroe, Louisiana. Okay, that's what it was. It was Louisiana. Wichita, Kansas. Indianapolis. Hold up. Towanda, PA. I'm glad as soon as I said hold up, it held up for a second. I appreciate that. Bronx, New York. Greenville, South Carolina. Forest Park, Georgia. Miami Gardens, Florida. Y'all are here deep. Who was that? Hold up. Yeah, Santa Rosa, California. Columbus, Ohio. Stockville, Mississippi. Durham, North Carolina. Don't be laughing at me. You should see my end. Y'all know how I used to pull it over so y'all can see it. Hold up. Wait a minute, Colorado, where was I at? All right, Orlando, California, Colorado Springs, Arkansas, Normal, Illinois, I see you. Indigenous Niji, I see you. Columbus, Georgia, Reno, Nevada, California, Inglewood, what up, Inglewood? Richmond, VA, what up, VA? Jacksonville, Florida, Duval, what up, Duval? Y'all in here deep. Hometown, the home team. Oh, he's shouting somebody else out. Chicago, wait a minute. All right, Richmond, Richmond, VA. Richmond, VA? I wonder if you meant to say that. I could be wrong though, because I don't know. It could be a Richmond. You know, I'm used to Richmond, VA. Fort Carson, West Point, Mississippi, Los Angeles, they go LA, California, Dallas, Texas. Captain Kirk said Turtle Island. That's right. Hey, Los Angeles, California, they go LA again. Yeah. Fayetteville, North Carolina, Columbus, South Carolina, Normal, Illinois. He just gonna spam it. Go ahead, I don't care, spam it. Spam that chat. Jackson, Mississippi, Kansas City, Missouri. Y'all up in here deep. Yeah, Cali deep. Long Beach, Cali, you here. Cali, you here deep. Compton and Long Beach, I see you. Peace and love from Philly. What up, Philly? I love Philly. Shout out to my mom's hometown. I ain't even get a chance to see it. It went by. Columbus, Ohio. What up, Choctaw, Montana? Birmingham, Alabama. Milwaukee. I like that. Seattle, Kansas City. Reno, Nevada. Jacksonville, Florida. San Jose, California. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Somebody said Wakanda. I know that's right. That's still here, by the way. Not Africa. That's still here. Staten Island in the building. Ohio in the building. Thomasville, North Carolina. Love from Reno, Nevada. I appreciate that. Love from Connecticut. Love from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hey, back to back. Connecticut in the building. Dallas, Texas. San Bernardino, California. I hope I said that right. Augusta, Georgia. Madison, Wisconsin. Charlotte, North Carolina. Man, look, y'all. Look. Y'all in here deep. It's a late night. What's today? Is today Thursday? No, today is what's today? Is it Friday? Listen. No, today is hold up, y'all. Wait a minute, what's today? Today is, let me look at my phone. It's Friday, right? For some of y'all, it's still Friday. For some of y'all, it's Saturday. So it's late. Because Eastern time is 12 o'clock. Central time is 11. And what time is it in Cali? 3 hours back, right? Like, that's probably like, y'all probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock right now. Saturday morning for some people. See, it's 9 o'clock. All right, 9 o'clock in Cali. So, 9 o'clock in Cali, 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 Eastern. So, happy Saturday to those of you that are in Saturday right now. Look how they got us set up, y'all. It's still Friday for some of us. We still got a couple more. Man. And then other people, they got their own days and dates and all the way down to their own calendar. We got to be stuck with this Gregorian calendar. We going to stay with this. I mean, I'm sure many of us didn't. Nah, man. I'll leave that alone because some of y'all could be Christians and I ain't here to be bashing nobody. But that Gregorian calendar been around for a little minute by some specific people, that put it out there in the first place. We should have some say so when we want things to go. But I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. Wonka TV, thank you for becoming a member. So we're going to have some fun tonight, y'all. Because I'm noticing a few things, I'm noticing a few things. And I just wanted to put this out there. It was some people out there, that want to do. What y'all think about this, y'all? Remember all the information that I put out there, right? So far, all the information that I've been putting out there. There's people out there on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram that oppose the information. That's fine. It's cool, right? As long as they keep it information or informative, right? But then it's those out there that I guess don't really know how to structure it to the point where they can combat the information. So what they'll do is try to hit people below the belt, try to call them outside of their name, or I would slap this person and blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of stupidity, right? Scream and yell and make videos and do this. And, some of that, like I said, be on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, right? Instead of keeping it informative, instead of informing the people why you disagree and here's why, instead of putting that up, they call trolls. That's right. They trolling, right? Now, this is how we know that we hitting home, okay? Because it's not just the people that look like you and I that's doing this now, okay? I'm gonna be real. I barely see other people doing this. The majority of the time is coming from our own people. But man, I took a look at TikTok the other day. I was like, is that many trolls? And you know what really make it bad? These people got to be 50 years old and up. I mean, they ain't got nothing else better to do but to make themselves look like fools online. I couldn't believe it. These people, 20 years older than me, acting 20 years younger than me. I couldn't believe it. Judith in the building. What's up, sis? Aboriginal Hebrew in the building. Original Copper American Sun Energy in the building. Listen to that. I like that. Yeah, Trick Talk. Yeah, I agree. Trick Talk. And what up, Rhythm City? And I was just taking it's a few things I'm getting ready to play, y'all. Just don't think where we just go be, you know, I mean, it's fine to have a conversation, but it's also good to show y'all a few things so you won't think I'm just talking out the side of my neck. And this is another reason why I do what I do as far as the videos I have been putting out. Let's be real. I just don't want to talk. I want to show you, and have been. I mean, you to a point where it's people out there right now stating that I ain't put out no information. None. I was like, wait. I wonder what that's considered. That got to be considered hate, right? No information. So if I put out what said, Fred, thank you for being a member for 17 months. I appreciate that, brother. If I put out no information at all, and I ain't post no sources, then why you mad?
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Man, I was like, why you mad?
Now that's crazy.
Now, I said to them, yeah, they gaslighting. So I said to myself, okay, so what I'll do is just continuously put out more information and more information. And maybe they'll catch it this time around. Now, a couple of people that been on my channel, actually a lot of you that been on my channel for a while now, and I've been presenting this information, bear with me. I know y'all be tired of me posting up that old stuff. Y'all ready for the new stuff? And every time, I'm gonna be honest, every time I post up the new stuff, y'all want me to go over that again? And that's fine, that I understand, and that's gonna happen. But and then on top of that, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Behind the scenes, my wife and I have been working on other projects here. This is another reason why I haven't been consistently posting, like, you know, because I've been working. We got a book coming out next week. We got another book coming, and then another book coming, and then we getting into something else, and then y'all about to see the movies. But anyway, we've been busy, okay? Shout out to my wife. Let me drop a bomb for my wife. By the way, we had a few of our children had birthdays. Then my wife had her birthday, and then, you know, I had to go through, you know, do my husband, daddy. You know, I got to do that too, because it's not just Dane Calloway, the author, Dane Calloway, the motivational speaker, or Dane Calloway, the researcher, Dane Calloway, the historian. It's also Dane Calloway, the father, Dane Calloway, the husband. You know what I mean? So I got to take care of my BI, and they the first priority. So I come back. I'm all here. I start looking around. A lot of people supporting. And shout out to this couple. I'm so glad this popped up in my mind, because I want to pull them up, and I'm probably going to have to do that next stream because I don't have it set up right now where I got their video. But they remind me of my wife and I. You know, nice and clean couple. I believe the brother's name. Damn, I said to myself, write that down. Hold, let me see if I can quickly get their names, y'all, because they deserve a shout out. Yeah, man. Hold on, somebody said it. Tim and Phoebe, right? I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but that's the couple. Man, I said, hold up, bruh. They clean too, okay? Older couple, clean. I said, yeah, I gotta put them on my channel. I love them. They got my support 100%. I said, yeah, man. And then they show love too. And it's not the fact that they just showed love. It's the fact that they actually did their own research and started putting it out and putting that stuff, you know, up on their channel. And I said, yeah, they deserve love. They definitely deserve love, man. It's an honor to see that we have elders out there that still be clean with it, still be like, you know what I'm saying? And can still put out their information and be very informative and educating the people. And sometimes they do it live. Sometimes they, you know, they do it pre-recorded. I checked them out. I said to myself, I got to get back to it to promote them on the channel. I got to. Yeah, Tim and Phoebe. As a matter of fact, excuse me, if one of the moderators have the link to their channel, go ahead and throw it in the chat so people can subscribe. If you have the link to their channel, please do me a favor and put it. If you're a moderator, though, only the moderators can post links. If you're a moderator, if you got the link to their channel, please put it in the chat. Or even if you got a link to their video, but still take them to their, you know, still take them to their channel, go ahead, put it in the chat, and let's show love to them, y'all, because they doing their thing. They doing their thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna double up the bombs for them. They doing their thing. Thank you, Blue Dreamer. If that's the link right there, please go ahead and show them love, y'all. I love seeing the elders out there, you know, doing their thing. And that couple right there, my wife and I was just smiling, laughing like, oh, look at them, man. We wanted to give them a big hug, man. And we appreciate that. And thank you for the love too, brother and sister. I appreciate that. I know y'all probably don't want me to call y'all elders, but y'all so clean with it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, you gonna see what I mean by how clean they are. You gonna see that their personalities popping. But yeah, so I want to do some more collaborative, you know, work with other people that are a part of the community. So we'll be them, you know, Top Cats, be looking out for that. In fact, Top Cats just released a new book. And I don't have the name of it in front of me. But some of y'all that are familiar with Top Cats may know of his book that he just released. Go ahead and put that in the chat. If you got the link to it, put it in the chat. Go ahead and support other people that's doing real work in the community. You know what I mean? That's actually taking their time, because I'm gonna be real with y'all. Putting together these books it's not an easy task. It takes a while. That's the reason why I took the majority of my time trying to put out new content on the channels. But yeah, finally I've been saying it's coming. And the whole time I still needed work done, but now it's coming. Now I could tell you like it's as close as next week, you know, then I'm gonna give y'all the date the next time I go live. But man, it's a lot of work. Go ahead and support Top Cats in his new book. If you're not subscribed to his channel, I highly recommend it, man. We're putting in the real work out here, and there's a lot of people that are willing to learn, thank the creator, that are willing to learn the truth about what happened to them. And this is another reason why I wanted to bring this up to you, because this is, you know, the reason why they're upset. I got a couple messages that popped up on my screen that just threw me off. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm looking at it now. I got it. Okay, I got it. Thank you. I think, yeah, they back chatting me right now, letting me know the link. Now they put it in the chat already. They put it in the chat already for me. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank y'all for looking out like that. Dag. Now, okay, hold on, let me get reloaded.
Oh, okay, I'm reloaded.
So another reason why, you know, they've been upset, you know, there's people out there, trolls, whatever you want to call them, pan goofies, whatever, fake Moors, you know, fake Hebrew Israelites, stuff like that. Not the real ones, you know, the real ones that recognize the work and they putting in their own work and actually doing it for real and not regurgitating somebody else's work. Shout out to them, because it is some real Hebrews and some real Moors out there. Shout out to them that's actually doing the work. You know what I mean? But the real American Indians or the real Niji out here, the real Aboriginals, you pick one that's actually doing the real work. Shout out to you. And we should support, because now we're going up. And what I'm doing as far as my part is informing the people of some things that they're not familiar with, some things that may not have been passed down you know, by their elders or the family members. It could be as simple as because you didn't ask them, or it could be something like maybe they wanted to hold on to something because it affected them in real time, like when they were younger. Or it could have been they were afraid and don't want to mention anything. Or it could have been, you know what I mean? It's so many different things that happen, and the reason why some of the elders won't say anything. I remember we had an open panel, and it was a couple of people that mentioned, you know, that a lot of their elders were crying at the times when they were trying to share the stories of what happened, and the reason why they said, look, okay, this is what I've been concealing from you. You know, of course we are Indian, here's why. And a lot of people were getting stuff off their chests. And I want y'all to feel comfortable with being here to get that stuff off your chest. There's more like-minded people here with you. We're here. We may be over the internet in some cases, or in most cases, but we are here. You don't necessarily have to have like I hate to say it this way, but you don't necessarily have to have physical friends around you in order to have that same type of relationship with, you know, getting your feelings out or speaking your whatever's on your chest, speaking your mind, whatever's on your mind. Like when I have open panels and other Aboriginals or American Indians and Nijis, when we have open panels, you could get it out. I remember when I opened up the panel on the 13% community server the other time I did that, the last time I went live, I gave one of the brothers the floor. It was so much stuff that he was holding in. Brother from Cali, I'll never forget it. So much stuff that he was holding in because of the mistreatment that happened to his family members, like his mother and his father, and him as a child when he was coming up in school. And how so many things he felt as though was against him. He felt as though he wasn't gonna be able to make it out due to the mistreatment that he was receiving. And because certain people can look at it like as if we're outsiders because of not because of what we represent, it's because of we're coming along to the truth. We are regurgitators of the truth. We are not only learners, but we're promoters of the truth. Certain people will turn their nose up because they can't grasp that type of information. They feel as though you're shaking up their reality. They'll cut their mind off and cut their ears up and, you know, try to make sure it's all plugged up with some cotton balls, for example, so they won't hear you, you know. And it's unfortunate. It's still going to be people out there regardless, but I see a lot more people are willing to be open-minded now, willing to actually, you know, do their own research on their own individual family. Open up that book. It's a journey, though. Open up that book and say, you know what? Now it's time for me to format exactly in this book that I'm going to write. I'm talking about you, the person, about what happened with our family members so that those stories can be passed down from generation to generation. Because prior to that, not everybody, this part right here was not everybody, but I'm just saying some, let me say a little bit more than some. The majority of the people, their elders did not write things down or did not pass things down. The traditions, the heritage, the culture, a lot of the stuff you would think was lost because of that, but it's actually not lost, it's just hidden. Like I remember when people were saying the 12 lost tribes of Israel, the 10 lost tribes, hear me out. There is such thing as a lost and found. There is such thing as a lost and found. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's not lost permanently. You can find it. I just put my glasses back on and Miss Dana Mitchell. You know, y'all know, I needed to see this. I'm just now seeing my screen. I'm dropping a double bomb for her. I appreciate that. Sister Dana, thank you. Thank you, sister. And I appreciate that. Thank you for being very generous, sister. Tisha gifted 5 members. I'm gonna drop a bomb for Tish. Thank you, sister. Y'all ain't had to do all that now, but I appreciate that. Thank y'all for being generous. Don't forget, when people gift memberships, that's just like a donation. That's money. Okay? And y'all know I don't be asking for stuff like that, but people do it out the kindness of their heart, and I appreciate that. Just know I really do. If you were right in front of me, I'd give you a big old hug. I appreciate that. And but yes, I mean, there is such thing as a lost and found, whether it, you know, be particular items, but I want you to think of it as far as your spirituality, as far as what your ancestors had in the past. It ain't gone. You just gotta reach. You just gotta reach. Use that terminology, reach. Say it out loud, reach, and let it come to you. Bring it back up. It's not gone. It ain't dead. It's not dead. Just like when a person, for example, when a person dies, if an individual dies, they're not gone. They right there with you. Yeah, spiritually. But that's what you need to carry on. You need that. Because that's what the enemy's attacking. It's a spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare takes care of all the other categories, mentally, physically, emotionally. Make sure that you're on top spiritually, because they know if they got your spirit, they got you. Silas, thank you for, hey, y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you for the dono, Silas. I appreciate that. Choctaw Lewis, thank you for becoming a member. Right, yeah, they just changed the forms. That's right, Judith. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it is a war on truth. It is a war on truth. And that's why I need people to understand that, you know, what we're fighting for here. But that's why I'm so thankful. I'm very thankful that there's more of us waking up and passing not only the message, but passing the information along, because there's more coming in wanting to learn. And you're not going to comprehend everything unless your spirit is right. There's no other way for me to put that. You're not going to get everything. You're not going to grasp everything the correct way that you should, the correct way the Creator wants you to, unless your spirit is right. It's not about how you may feel and how you may get emotional because of the information that is being put out there by me and others. It's not about that. It's about how well are you with yourself. That will enable you to change your whole mentality. Yes, this is life-changing. It is. Wonka TV, thank you. Thank you, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't got to do that. I appreciate that, Wonka. Thank you. Janine. Y'all, don't start these donation things up like that. I appreciate that. Thank you for your dono, y'all. But out of the kindness of your heart, I appreciate that. Thank you for being very generous. Yeah, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Lauren Hill said that. Lauren Hill, spiritual people. And it's not necessarily about what particular religious belief that you practice or that you worship and stuff. This right here, where I'm located right now on this channel, I'm welcoming everybody. To me, spirituality is higher than religion. To me, my personal take on spirituality is the most powerful energy that a being can hold. It keeps you higher. Like, for example, what they name, and look, ain't this weird that the worst plane that you could get on is Spirit Airlines? Ain't that weird? In order for you to, you know, take yourself higher in the plane to go to a place, look how they did that, y'all. You get the worst service, the cheapest price, on the Spirit Airlines. No, but they got to make sure that they got them, you know, Delta Airlines. You know how they do it? What's a Delta? Make sure they all right. All them little Greek fraternities and sororities, no, whole nother conversation. But the Spirit at the bottom, everybody turn their nose up when it comes to Spirit because of how it's being represented. But when you have the Spirit right from within, you'll be able to gain, somebody just said it, you'll be able to gain the knowledge and the wisdom that you're seeking. It's going to come right to you. Yeah, that's how they get you. That's true. That's true. They hit you with the $70 per bag on Spirit. Yeah, that's how they get you. Spirit will charge you an astronomical amount for your bags, but make the flights cheap. That's how they get their money. That's how they stay in business. But so let me it's always going to be spiritual, and I know a lot of people can't take that. That's a hard pill to swallow for certain people. But my whole channel was dedicated to spirituality. My whole channel was that. Even though I'm providing historical information about what happened to us in the past and how it correlate with us right now and how it may affect us in the future, this is about your spirituality. Because again, it's spiritual warfare. I don't want any of you to look down on each other. I want all of you to pick each other up. We can hold each other's hands. And we can block out all distractions. We could dismantle all enemies, whether they're in front of us, behind us, or beside us. All we got to do is hold hands, join each other. The unifying part of that is to make sure that we're on the same page mentally, the same page spiritually as well. The most important, actually. We're on the same page spiritually. If we're on the same page spiritually, we could conquer not only the enemy, we could conquer everything in this world. We'll be the providers for us. We wouldn't need foreign interpreters or foreign affairs to govern us, the indigenous ones. We wouldn't need it. It all got to come back through us. Yep. King did say that we will overcome. What's my brother's name that said the revolution will not be televised? Gil Scott Heron. Revolution will not be televised. You know why? They're not going to have an opportunity to get out their cell phone. For example, all that stuff down there that happened in Hawaii. Lord, man, when I saw that, them people didn't even have time to get out their phones as the place was on fire. Governments are using direct energy weapons and wiping places out just so they could start over and claim that land in public domain, y'all. Not only the place they killed, you know how many, and I hate, see, this is the reason why I did not want to bring this up, but I got to, y'all. The news pissed me off talking about some 98 to 100 people then died. Thousands are missing. Did you see the area? What you mean? Thousands of people died. Talking about something they missing. Some of the people that jumped in the water weren't able to survive. That jumped in the ocean. I saw when the images of the videos that I saw, just the videos alone, y'all, hurt me. I'm not gonna lie. I almost started to shed a tear. I was close to it. Like, oh my, they were not, the Weather Channel did not warn them. Their government did not warn them. They didn't receive a alarm or nothing. No warning. None. And I'm looking at the cars, I'm looking at the trees, I'm looking at the houses, and they gone. And you gonna tell me that those were wildfires? High wind, wildfires. And then, you know, some you know, we know the conspiracy behind that. We do. Because when you claim that land in public domain, eminent domain, when you claim that land, because the people that were there to say that they were in charge of that land are no longer there, you can easily sell that land for way more than it was worth when they were alive. There was a lot of $1 million homes out there. I, 'cause I mean, the police officers ain't sending no warning. The military ain't sending no warning. And when people that came there to help got sent back, y'all. You know how that feel? You know what that reminded me of? Remember that in New Orleans when people was trying to go down there and help them people in New Orleans, and they were sending people back. Matter of fact, remember in Detroit, Michigan. In Michigan. Flint, Michigan. When people was trying to send water there, because that water still towed up by the goddamn governor, and it was sending them people back. Here, that's Katrina in Louisiana. Katrina, they were sending people back that was coming down there to help, traveling for miles, and they were sending them back. I'm just letting y'all know, just because they did it in Hawaii, don't think that they wouldn't do that here, because they had before. But we got to leave it up to the government and FEMA. Who was FEMA? The government? So once again, you want us to rely on the same government that actually caused the problem, right? To begin with. They dropped bombs on Tulsa, Oklahoma, claimed it eminent domain, public domain, rebuilt. As soon as they seen our people try to rebuild up, they stopped them, and a whole bunch of foreigners moved in. Am I lying? Tulsa, am I lying? Got them prices up just enough so people can't afford it. They only gonna have a certain, I'm putting up my quotes right now, a certain particular people to move back in there. Same thing happened in Princeville, North Carolina. Explain that, Ms. Smith. I will have to look that up. Tell me. Princeville, North Carolina. Tell me what happened. Say it in the chat. I'm looking. Because I know it's a lot of things that's being kept that ain't being shared in every state. For example, some of y'all didn't realize that it was a lot of people that died out here in Texas. Remember when that ice storm happened? Y'all didn't know that it was a lot of people that, I'm talking about 2 weeks before that ice storm came, their electricity was shut off. Their water was shut off. I'm talking about shut off before the storm came here. They didn't put that out on the news. It was intentionally shut off. And people outside of their house dying here. They ain't put that on screen. So share it with me, sister. Miss Smith, what happened? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. I ain't here. And that's unfortunate that we got to look up in each state what's happening in each state, because that news is not being spreaded about. It's not national. A lot of the stuff, the tragedies and stuff like that that happen locally don't get spreaded out nationally unless it go viral on TikTok or something like that. For example, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to state that that's the good side about having a TikTok, but then again, that is the good side about having a TikTok. Maybe YouTube, maybe Instagram, somewhere where we could share. It's good to have social platforms for people like us to put information out there that is not being talked about on a local or national level by the media. That's why it's good to have, for that reason. We want to be informed. Yeah. Rumble. That's right, Yellow Feather. Shout out to Yellow Feather. Less censorship. Hold on. Parroted, California and Maui got Mountain Dew recycle those ends. Bomb policies. Y'all about to make me do a live stream and have y'all come up on a panel. Because I know I seen a video. I don't know if y'all seen this, but I seen a video of an indigenous, resident of Maui coming out and telling people what happened. Do you know that they removing that video off of TikTok right now as fast as possible? Other people are trying to upload it. I seen it one time. I tried to go download it. It is gone. I tried to get it. But it's a whole lot of people was saying that it was direct energy weapons. And they had it on camera, y'all. Not just pictures. Not the picture that you saw of the beam coming down. Not that. They had the authentic video of it hitting particular areas. For example, I saw a white lady, a Caucasian lady, actually showing. She was doing she did like a 360 view. She was right there, showing everything burnt down, but a particular church. Like everything was down and caught fire. But this one, I believe it was I don't know what type of church it was. Okay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, so they're keeping up certain things for a particular reason. And you could tell it was like a form of a direct energy weapon because some trees were down, but a lot of trees were up. Like it didn't even get touched. And if I'm talking about these so-called wildfires were spreading like that and burning everything down to the bone, how they survive? How are these trees surviving? Oh, don't tell me that the wind ain't gust far enough when everything else around it got hit and just this patch ain't get touched. Or just this building, just this church ain't get touched. Something wrong with that to me. So this is what I'm gonna do. Cause now I'm getting, cause that's not what I was supposed to be talking about right now. But I'm gonna go live and I want y'all to come up. Now, if y'all want to, I'm gonna do a live on this topic right here. If y'all got these videos, you don't even gotta say it, but it's specific videos that I'm looking for. And they are deleting them off the platforms. Oh, it's just me. Thank you for the donation, sister. I appreciate that. Thank you, sister. Those trees and churches were showing an act of defiance. It's on Instagram. Now, listen, if you got the video or if you got the link, I need you to go in the 13% community server. Hold on. As a matter of fact, let me go in the server right now because I need those links, y'all. That way I can share it. You might as well join it. If you haven't already, join the 13% community server because that's how I'm able to bring you up on the panel. Shoot, y'all gonna make me want to do this right now. Because if y'all got these videos, me and my wife on top of a couple of other videos, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, I have those on a different computer. I don't have it on this one. I will have to click and drag it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take a second. I want to get set up with some videos he may not have seen. I want to do this so bad right now. I really do. Because I do specific videos that some of y'all may have seen and y'all probably got. You don't even got to say it in the chat, but if y'all got them, I need them. And then we can start talking about it, have people come up on the panel. Man, y'all about to make me switch the topic, man, because I really need those videos. But if you could join the panel, moderators type in, or anybody actually could do this, type in !, the number 1 and the number 3 right now in the chat. And the link for you to click to join the 13% community server will pop up. ! The number 1 and number 3, put them all together. And the link will, thank you, Blue Dreamer. And see how the link popped up? Click that link right there. And please join the 13% community server. Because I gotta have this structured. Like I can free for all it, but I gotta have it structured. I gotta shoot. What's tomorrow? Today is Saturday. Man, I want to do this so bad right now. I know y'all got some heat. I know y'all do. Because if we do, I know y'all do. shoot, and I want to do this right now. Would y'all get mad at me if we do it right now? Because that mean I got to change the title, change the thumbnail. I would have to, you know what I'm saying? I want to do that so bad. No, they good. They could say 13, exclamation point 13. Don't snipe them. No, do it now. No, don't do it now. Okay. Because, okay, hear me out. The reason why is because I want to have my stuff ready. You know what I'm saying? Like that I can share, that we have. I'm not ready. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not ready. I don't have it on this computer. So for real, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we do it now, it's just gonna be people talking, and because I have to review their video on top of that before I post it on this channel. You understand what I'm saying? Like I can't, like, cause if it's, for example, if it's graphic, I gotta edit some things out. You know what I mean? So it would just be you hearing me and other people talk. Okay, not the, yeah. All right, so save it. I'm hit Blue Dreamer. I appreciate that. Do a preview. See, I don't even have, I'm gonna be real. Original Copper, I don't have anything on this computer. I'm gonna be real. I don't have anything on this computer. So I can't show you anything when it comes to that topic. Not at this time. Matter of fact, y'all, let me make an executive decision to say, let me hold it. Let me save it so I can be ready. Be on the lookout either tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see. I'm not trying to say a date. I'm gonna just pop up and you're gonna see the title and thumbnail. You know what time it is. But just be sure to join the 13% community server. Make sure to add me as a friend in there and start sending me your stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you have, I'll give you credit for it and everything. Like I would say, Mr. Such and Such or Mr. Such and Such sent in this video via, you know what I mean? The 13% community server, and we'll start, and we'll go over it live. But I got to see everybody's video before I put it on the channel live, because I don't want no crap with YouTube. You good? Okay. Yeah, nah. I'm glad y'all saying save it for later. I appreciate that. Yeah, because that's like, I wanna do this authentically. All right, so yes, again, join the 13% community server, exclamation point 13. It's free. You don't gotta, pay no money for that or nothing like that. Make sure you add me as a friend inside of that community server. And if you want to send me those videos, do it right there. Inbox me directly. So let me, man, I jumped off topic, man. That was a big jump off topic. I was like, because of what happened, man. So I'm not going to prolong that. I want to get into something, let me see. Yeah, I think y'all gonna enjoy that. So I'm gonna make sure, man. That made me wanna, man. I swear, y'all, I'm so hyped to do that right now. What time is it? Okay, all right. Okay. So let me set. Yeah. Let me move it. Let me move it on. I'm gonna set that to the side. Let me move it on, because I wanted to show y'all something anyway. This is what I wanted to show y'all. As I plan this, or before I play this, let me give y'all some context, right? So not only is there people out there, that disagree with what we're talking about, or that will show hate towards it. They want to do, play games, like, try to call it hate speech and blah, blah, blah. And all we doing is teaching our people who we are, unbiasedly, not with an agenda or any type of propaganda, to a point where it's like with, malicious intent. We're not doing that. That's not what we're here for. And of course, I'm referring to my wife and myself and many others that do work just like my wife and myself. We're not out here teaching you a lie. But once again, it is people out there that's trying to make it seem as if we are, and they want to oh, we're African and we've been Africans and blah, 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 blah. We know the stories that they give us, right? So this one, the video I'm getting ready to play for you, this one particular individual, his name is Sonetta, right? Now he wants me, and he actually been wanting me to debate some people that he put on his platform. Umar Johnson is one of them. But those of you that know already, Umar Johnson, I played the video and everything. Umar Johnson came out during his live stream and said that he would not debate Dane Calloway. Me personally, I think he's afraid. Okay, he's calling himself the Prince of Pan Goofies. I would knock him out the park, especially with this information. I'm talking about information based. We ain't talking about, you know, fighting and nothing like that. We're not talking about that. A debate is a discussion, a professional discussion where it's timed. You know, one person may have 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however it's going to be, like, you know what I mean, to give out their information, state their points that they want to make, and, you know, tell their truth. I say their truth because you know how they're going to say, but at the same time, provide sources, provide receipts. And I believe Umar is backing away from that because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything. We'll see though. I mean, this particular individual is saying that he could possibly, you know, put Umar Johnson up. We'll see. I mean, if not, then it will be one of his other, you know, like C-list, D-list people. I mean, of course he gonna consider them A-list, but to me, it's gonna be C-list, D-list people. And, you know, I'm really not trying to waste people's time. And I wanted to show y'all an example, you know, like how these people would do. But I popped up on, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I popped up on their channel, right? And of course they want to ask questions. They want to see what they could, you know, help each other out with. Is he going to say anything new that they don't know? You know how they do. They do strategy, and most of them out there in New York, and, you know, they try to write stuff down. They taking notes. Technically, they taking notes. So I do certain things. I sprinkle a little bit out there, but keep it vague enough to make them wait for that particular date, whatever he going to agree with, as far as whatever date that's going to be. And it's not going to be for free. Okay, I'm not doing it for free. So I popped up, and this is what I'm going to show y'all, this particular video. And it was about, it's him and two other guys that, you know, that will try to attempt to have a conversation, a discussion. And, you know, they try to, I guess they try to, whatever. They'll try to antagonize you with stuff like that and scream and yell, but I'm a totally different type of person. Here we go.
Calloway, I want to ask you, Dane, you talked about the reverse of us, of Africans. I would like to hear more about that. You said that we didn't come over here on slave ships, but it was indeed the reverse of it. You know?
Okay.
Meaning,
well, I mean, what was the question?
We was taken to Africa.
Sierra Leone, Liberia.
I don't know. I'm just asking you. What do you mean by that? The reverse of it.
American Colonization Society sent out about 13,000 people over to West Africa.
From here?
From here. Mm-hmm.
Were they native?
It is called American Colonization Society.
Right. Was they Indians? Was they what? What are they?
I mean, it depends on what you want to call it. I mean, keep in mind it was so-called black and so-called white people that were going over there. But it was only 13,000 of them. It wasn't a lot of them. And that's if they agreed. The majority of the people that went were priests and pastors. Now, right. Hold on. Let me explain. Top Cats was with me at this time. Okay, so it was me and Top Cats. That's Top Cats right here on the right. I don't know these guys. This is Sonetta right here where it says Sonetta. This is Sonetta. I forgot. I think they're gonna mention their names during this recording. Oh, y'all can't hear it? It's low? It's all the way up. It was low? Y'all couldn't hear anything? It was low? It's lower than your voice? Hold on, let me see if I can do something about that real quick. Okay. Hold up. I'm adding a gain to it right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna boost it up. I hope I ain't turn it up too loud. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna hear the boost. I'll be able to hear the audio, but I'm not gonna hear the boost. Hopefully this is not you know, let me know if it's too loud and I'll make some adjustments. I'm gonna start it over from the top.
So Dane Calloway, I want to ask you, Dane, you talked about the reverse of us of Africans. I would like to hear more about that. You said that we didn't come over here on slave ships, but it was indeed the reverse of it. You know?
Okay.
Meaning,
well, I mean, what was the question?
We was taken to Africa.
Sierra Leone, Liberia.
I don't know. I'm just asking you. What do you mean by that? The reverse of it.
American Colonization Society sent out about 13,000 people over to West Africa.
From here?
From here. Mm-hmm.
Were they native?
It is called American Colonization Society.
Right. Was they Indians? Was they what? Who were they?
I mean, it depends on what you want to call it. I mean, keep in mind it was black, so-called black and so-called white people that were going over there. But it was only 13,000 of them. It wasn't a lot of them. And that's if they agreed. The majority of the people that went were priests and pastors.
Right. And so like when we like Cain that came out of South Carolina, he had Cherokee lineage. He was with the AME church. He went over through the you also had Curtis Austin, who went over as a Cherokee. He helped create the syllabary language over there. So yeah, it was Indians who were going over there. They were recruited in Indian areas, Arkansas, things of this nature. Yeah, the Mississippi, you had Choctaws go there from Mississippi. They built Mississippi in Liberia. So yeah, it was Indians that were going over.
So Dane, you don't agree with the transatlantic slave trade, like transatlantic came over?
The transatlantic slave trade happened, but it didn't happen the way that we were told. That's why I told you it happened in reverse. I have a book out on this too. It was told in reverse. It's out right now.
I agree with Apostle.
So Dan Calloway, you believe?
Damn, Reggie, you just gonna talk over me?
Let me ask this question.
Go ahead, Reggie.
No, because you just put me in the background. I have another question.
Go ahead, Reggie.
So Dan Calloway, you do believe that 90%. You believe that 98% of African Americans are in fact Native Americans, and they are owed millions of dollars. You do. That is what you believe, right?
It's not about what I believe.
Hello?
It's about what I could actually prove.
Okay. All right. So now the 2% are Africans who came over on the slave trade with that analysis, right? So you believe that only 2% came over on the that you can prove. I'm just having a conversation.
You assuming you didn't know what the other 2% was about. You didn't know what the other 2% was about. But I'm talking about, yeah, that's what I'm about to tell you.
No,
I'm talking about our. One second, I'm talking about our people that were already here. We didn't come off of no slave ships. We were already here. I'm referring to those people. Not the ones that mix with foreigners, whether if it be Central or South America or Africa and Europe. I'm not referring to none of those people. I'm talking about the indigenous people of this landmass. And by the way, that article was done in 2015, 2016. So I have put out more information than just that.
Yeah. Okay, no. So now we do know from the Marshall Trilogy that Native Americans, right, or that.
I'm not
particular
referring to
group?
Native
Or
Americans.
you talking
That's where you're
about
making
that
your
particular
mistake.
group because
You making a mistake right there. I'm not referring to Native
Okay, so
Americans.
you're not. No, I'm asking
No,
you.
let me explain. Hold up a second. Let me explain. There's a difference between American
Okay,
Indians
so
and
you're
Native
not-
Americans. Native Americans have nothing to do with being indigenous to this landmass. Have you ever heard of the political party called the Know Nothings? It's the third largest political party during the time period of the
I've
Federalists
heard
and the
of it.
Whigs.
I can't talk to it right now.
It's the third
About it right now.
largest. He heard of it, but he can't talk to it right now. Let me just. And this is just the basic stuff. Like, never mind. I'm gonna keep going. Political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. It was called the Native American Party. That's where that term came from. And that was nothing but people that were of Protestant religious belief that wanted to go against the Catholics at that time while trying to come over here. Keep in mind, the white people were leaving from enslavement. They were running from enslavement, aka transportation. You ever heard of the Bloody Code? The Bloody Code, UK. You ever heard of that? And he said no. See, this is, hold on. I'm gonna drop another bomb.
Set it on fire. Fire.
Because, okay, this is what they gotta understand, okay? What type of person they dealing with. And I guess that's why they tried to, they tried to ask me some questions to try to get it clear to their head, to their understanding of where I'm coming from. But that's why I kept my answers vague, because it's not about that. It's not about trying to give you the upper hand before I even pull up to the debate. It's about giving you bits and pieces so you can understand where I'm coming from. But if you can't handle the basic stuff, what makes you think you're going to handle the advance? But anyway, so it went over his head. It went over his head, and they don't understand. It's just complete silence. And these guys have been around since the 1960s, right? 1960 spitting this Pan-African this and we Africa that, and they've been arguing. Then they started arguing, amongst each other. And then the Hebrew Israelites came along. They started arguing with them and debating them. And then after the Hebrew Israelites, then the Moors came along and they started arguing with them and debating them. But now, now they see.
It's go time, Slim.
Now they see us. Now they see it was a lot of their people detaching themselves from the so-called Pan-Africanism, the so-called Pan-Africanists. They were detaching themselves away from people that would just simply just talk and show Wikipedia as their research, for example, and here go a couple of books and that's it. People got tired of that because they couldn't relate to that. They couldn't bring it back to their own family. They couldn't even, these people right here can't even state their tribe that they're associated with in so-called Africa. And then they wouldn't even call it Africa if they were really African. Because an African that doesn't speak English will call their homeland by their native tongue. And I bet neither one of them can do that. Still to this very day. Once again, I remember I was saying earlier that we're going to be having fun. That's all it is. I'm just having fun, y'all. That's all it is. Because to me, having debates with, these type of people that are 50 years old and up, they still not going to get it. They're going to go to their grave regardless if I teach them the truth or not. They're going to go to their grave with that same ideology, that, their little belief system that has no evidence to back it up whatsoever. They'll just, run with it and say, that's the truth. That's the truth. And then they'll downplay grandma, granddad, aunts, uncle, great aunts, great uncles. They'll downplay them. They don't know what they talking about. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, to me, that sounds like you turned this thing into a religious belief. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses not getting along with the Baptist Christians or the Methodist Christians. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta go to war with these people. They changing our people's mind. What is it about? Is it about knowledge and truth? Or is it about greed and You see what I'm saying? Deceiving. Because in order for you to be so-called right and exact, you know how they always say right and exact, you got to do your research on your own family members. And you know what they do? Now, well, all I got to do is take this DNA test. You taking a DNA test. It's not just a DNA test. It's a genealogy DNA test. And they tell you that it's accurate. You know, these people would tell you that it's accurate because they just see some numbers. Just like they told you the numbers on slavevoyagers.org ain't state no names, no nothing, just numbers. And they expected for y'all to believe that. And here I come along and I forced them to change those numbers, because at first they was talking about 12.5 million enslaved Africans were captured from somewhere in West Africa. They never pinpoint where, and brought to the Americas. Then some of them said, no. Only 35% were brought to South America. Then another one said only 15% were brought to South America. What? You changing your numbers. Listen, y'all remember my last stream when I showed y'all I made them go from 12.5 million to 32,000. But them same people that y'all was saying when they were trying to hide the fact that we were African, you gonna turn right around and believe them same people stating that you gotta believe a genealogy DNA test. And that's the truth. All right, hey, let's go.
At that time, while trying to come over here, keep in mind the white people were leaving from enslavement. They were running from enslavement, AKA transportation. You ever heard of the Bloody Code?
And that's another thing. They never did the research on white slaves. Well, the book is too much money. It's $300. It's $3,000. Y'all got that money? See, this is how you could tell that they pocketing the money that they taking from the people versus putting it back in their own research. I could pull out numerous books that was done on white slavery. I turned around and told you about the Bloody Code, and you ain't got no idea what I'm talking about. Unless you hurry up and Google it and pull up Wikipedia and, yeah, you see, y'all, this is what this is about, versus actually checking real sources. I also showed you the CEO of Wikipedia telling you not to trust Wikipedia. I also showed you the CEO of Wikipedia telling you on video not to trust Wikipedia. That's a fact. And I told you not to trust Google or Wikipedia. You don't even know what happened. I said, you ever heard of transportation, the Bloody Codes? And I broke that stuff down. In fact, it's in my book too. And they don't know what I'm talking about. And that's just the basic stuff. This is how you know they're not on my level. From right here.
Keep in mind the white people were leaving from enslavement. They were running from enslavement, AKA transportation. You ever heard of the Bloody Code?
Look, hold up. I got to pause again, because another thing, if you don't believe, if you don't believe me, you can look it up. And on top of that, why is the 1790 U.S. Census calling them free whites? Free from what? Free from who? You ain't want to find that out? And everybody else is colored? Free white males, 16 years and up. Free white females, 16 years and up. And then free whites. And everybody else was all other free before they created the term colored. I showed you the 1790 U.S. Census and showed you that it was handwritten by those enumerators that was scared to pop up on our territories for real. This is the reason why the word of mouth get around to your neighbor, because they much rather ask your neighbor, because your neighbor may know of you. But they taking their best guesses, just like the enumerator was, because they were scared to go to the direct source to find out. They ain't want to be enumerated. They ain't want to be counted with the census anyway. I put that out there too. With proof, by the way. Everything I state, I can back up by primary sources. That's another thing. They don't even know what a primary source is. You're going to find out in this video. I'll bring that up. Watch this.
The Bloody Code, UK. You ever heard of that? Oh, I mean, I'm not trying to go over your head with this information, but you got to understand what happened with their people first in order to understand what happened with our people.
No, I am. Yeah. Okay, so I'm more interested in our people. So so what I'm trying to ask you is that
he's struggling.
What I'm trying to ask is, okay, so the Native Americans is different than the American Indians. The Native Americans, you say, was already here, right? And
incorrect. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Anything, right?
That is not what I said.
Okay, so
see how they try to flip it?
Okay, so the Native Americans, the American Indians are our people. So you say, right?
We don't know.
That's
yes.
You gotta do your genealogy.
No. Hold up. You gotta understand.
Tomcat said, we don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. You got to do your genealogy.
It's go time, Slim.
Shout out to Tomcat.
Brother's name. What's your name?
Genealogy, but
what's your name?
Wait, did he just say he ain't do his genealogy?
No. Hold up. What you gotta understand. What's this brother's name? What's your name?
Genealogy, but
I think he said I haven't done my genealogy. I think that's what he just said. That he hasn't done his genealogy, and that's the #1 problem right there.
What's your name?
My name is Brother Reggie.
Reggie, it sounds like to me you only, you're not listening to what I just told you. You're listening to what you want to hear. What I'm trying to explain to you
I'm asking
is that
you questions.
I'm about to, I understand, and I'm answering. Hold up a second. I'm answering. Wait a minute.
I want
to listen to me.
Know.
Hold on, Reggie. One second. I'm explaining to you that there's a difference between the two. I also told you who the Native Americans are. You understand what I'm saying? But I already told you who the American Indians are with proof. And it's a few things that I mentioned that you're unfamiliar with. So if you don't like the way I answered your question, that's not my problem.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm listening.
Look at Sonetta on the phone trying to call back up.
You trying to bypass what I just said.
American. No, I just said what you said, right? There's a difference between the two groups, right? So what I'm asking you is, how do you separate the group that you said was already here?
And I already told you
the groups of Africans.
But when I told you, you didn't like my answer. You didn't like the answer that I gave you because you're unfamiliar with certain things that I told you.
No, I didn't.
You told me that you were not familiar with the know-nothings.
I didn't like the answer.
One second. You told me that you were not familiar with the know-nothings. So that means you have no idea of the Native American Party, which was the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. That's the time that I'm talking about, that moniker, Native American, was utilized. Prior to that, there were no Native Americans.
It's up.
Okay,
American Indians have always been here. I didn't say that you said it, but apparently you're re-asking the same question, and I'm telling you what the answer is, and I'm telling you that you didn't like my answer because you're re-asking the same question. I gave you an answer.
No,
all right, let me see. Rob Bond, you got any questions, brother?
Look, and then Sonetta went to another person.
Dane Calloway. So where are the black people who are writing in the 1700s and the 1800s with the narrative that we always been here and they are calling us Africans, and that we are not, and that we
black
are
people,
not, and that we are not from the diaspora of the slave trade?
Where
did we write that?
Black people didn't exist until the U.S. Census was started.
Okay, so you want to play word games?
They be mad, bruh. Look, and that was even before the 1960s. I said black people didn't even exist until the U.S. Census was started. I mean, because think about it. When did they start putting down black on the U.S. Census? Because prior to that, it was the rock. Let me keep going.
You said black.
Okay, the people who wrote for themselves, who look like me, and some may look like you, and Sarnetta, those people, the melanated people, those people, since you like that word, where are they writing that they are not people of African descent and that they did not come from the slave trade in the 17 and 1800s? Where's that at?
It's everywhere.
I'm talking to Dane. Let him pull it up with ease. Where are they at?
They everywhere.
Where did you understand the question, Dane? The question is, where are the people who are of African, who say they are of African descent, saying that they are being called something that they are not? They are
look how he changed his question real easy, huh?
Saying that they are being
of African descent. Look how they got to throw African in it.
You understand the question, Dane? The question is, where are the people who are of African, who say they are of African descent?
Look how he threw that in there.
Saying that they are being called something that they are not. They are originally Aboriginal, and that we are being called African who did not come from the slave trade.
Why would an African say that they're Aboriginal? Wait a minute. Because an African would say that they Aboriginal. To Africa? Like, what you mean?
There's no people. There's people.
If you want, Dane.
There's people out there right now that used to be claiming that they were African descent that went on ahead and said, you know what, I was taught a lie. I know better than that now. I actually found out what happened by conducting genealogy on my family. And they found out who their family were and disassociated themselves with Africa because they have nothing to do with it.
I can agree with you.
There's plenty of people out there.
I can agree with you in 2023. That's not the question, brother. The question is the people of the 1700s.
Nobody considered themselves. Nobody considered themselves Africans in the 1600s.
I never said that, brother, and I didn't say that, and that is true. They did. I said I gave you a specific date. I said.
But I told. The reason why I'm telling you that is because 1600s, they considered themselves who they were, which was whatever tribe they were associated with, which still has nothing to do with Africa.
Right.
They didn't consider themselves Indians until the government came up with that terminology.
Right.
But this is also the reason why we use it. Because, again, I said American Indian something, we didn't create the term Indian. The government did. But the reason why I tell people to use the term Indian is because that's who the government was talking to, our people, referring to our people. Because if you don't say, all right, that's cool. We all right with Indian. That's cool. We could do away with that. That's fine. But when it comes to these records, all these promises that they were supposed to be keeping, they were talking to the Ameri Indians, the urban Indians, the wild Indians. They always use the term Indian. This is the reason why I said that's the only time we need to use it. Other than that, you calling yourself by who you actually are, or referring to yourself by who you actually are.
Dealing now with the people who brought the people of African descent to America, right? So when you deal with 1501,
allegedly,
and then no, not allegedly, 1492 on the boat with Columbus is a person named Juan Portuguese. We have his documents and the actual primary of who he is. He is a person of African descent.
How do you know he's a person of African descent?
I'm not finished. I'm not done, bro.
Watch this.
But this is the point. The point here is this.
So we skipping past that part, huh?
No, we're not skipping the part.
So how was he a person of African descent?
Listen, okay, we're going to go real slow for you.
Look how he tried to throw African descent on somebody he ain't even know for real. Like he was born in 1492. He so-called got the primary. Listen to this.
Allegedly.
And then, no, not allegedly. 1492, on the boat with Columbus is a person named Juan Portuguese. We have his documents and the actual primary of who he is. He is a person of African descent.
How do you know he's a person of African descent?
I'm not finished. I'm not done, bro. I'm not done. But this is the point. The point here is this.
So we skipping past that part, huh?
No, we're not skipping the part.
So how was he a person of African descent?
Listen, okay, we're going to go real slow for you because you're not understanding the question. The question is, where are the people, black people, melanated people.
Look, then
are
he
the
tried
17
to go with a question after that.
Yo, you gotta keep quiet.
Nah, hold on, no. Chat, don't say nothing. Chat, don't say nothing. Don't give these. Let them believe what they want to believe because that's what they're gonna believe regardless. There's no change in their mindset. We can hand the primary source to them, or we can paste it on their forehead. They still won't be able to grasp it. Don't say nothing. Let these fools drown.
Oh, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Let me answer the question.
Top cat.
He won't ever be able to prove that person was of African descent. He won't ever be able to prove that. Here.
Let him get the question out. Let him get the question out, y'all.
Yo, bro, you gotta mute your mic, fam. Let me talk to this dude.
Then he got emotional.
Bro, you can jump in after he answers the question.
Calm down, brother. Calm down, brother. You don't gotta yell.
From the 1700s, when black people first formed their organizations, what do they name? African Union Society.
When you say black people, who are you referring to, bro?
I'm talking to the people who wrote for themselves, who are melanated, who look like me and you.
Did they call themselves black?
They call, yes. Richard Allen in 1789.
They called themselves black?
Yes. He actually.
When is that documented?
Yes, it's called The Message to the Black People of Philadelphia.
Nah, did they call? That's not what I said. I said that they called themselves black.
Yes, you heard my question. You heard what I said. Richard Allen and Absalom Jones. Richard Allen and Absalom Jones wrote a decree called Message to the Black People of Philadelphia during the Yellow Fever because they was helping protect the people in that Pacific area. Who is the black people they talking to? Now
I'm asking, are these people black?
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you who they.
You said it was a message to black people. Did they consider themselves black people?
Yes, because that's who they're talking to, bro.
Just because that's who they talking to?
No.
So that's an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption. You're making.
It is an assumption. It is an assumption. You assuming that he talking to everybody when we know for a fact that the term black was derogatory during that time. Nobody agreed to that term or being called that term at that time. Like, I really do think that these people have mental issues with trying to understand what would happen. They much rather cling on to, once again, that Wikipedia stuff and run with it as if it's the truth. They barely even doing research. They doing half-ass Google searching. Yeah. See, look, it got the term African on it, y'all. Come on, let's run with this. We can, yeah. No, that's not how it work. That's not how it work. In fact, we know for a fact that these documents didn't even have African or black on it back then. So if you see a document that say African or black on it, we know that has been updated. The internet just came about in the 1980s. Even look, when they said Africans first arrived in Jamestown, Virginia, I showed them that plaque, before it was changed to Africans, first Africans arrived in Jamestown, Virginia, it said Negroes. And I also showed you by way of eugenics, they want to cling on to eugenics as well, that eugenics even told you that there was a difference between the two. The scientific evidence. They saying that Africans ain't the Negroid. There's an Africanoid and a Negroid. Those are two separate people. Matter of fact, we just went over this not too long ago again. This will be too easy. And this is not me stating this. This is coming from them. The scientists that you want to believe in. And this will be, it was yesterday. This will be hilarious. But
the message to black people, did they consider themselves black people?
Yes, because that's who they're talking to, bro.
Just because that's who they talking to?
No.
So that's an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption. You're making up things. Again, we're going.
I'm making up things.
You are.
Okay. So
he said I was making up things.
So that's an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption. You're making up things. Again, we're going with the written record.
Actually, you are.
Okay. So, bro, I'm not done.
Hey, can I share my screen?
Can I finish going, bro? So now.
All right, hold on, Rob. Let Rob on finish, and I'm gonna let you share your screen.
When we looking at the narrative. When we're looking at the narrative of melanated people we're dealing with our origin here in this country. When we look at the first organization we built, I'm going to say it again, African Union Society. made by Newport Gardner and Abraham Casey, who spoke their language.
Hold on. I should have got him on this. He said,
when we're looking at the narrative of melanated people, we're dealing with our origin here in this country.
When we looking at melanated people, we dealing with our origin in this country. Hold, let me make sure.
Listen, I'm gonna let you share your screen.
When we looking at the narrative, when we looking at the narrative of
the narrative of what?
Melanated people, we're dealing with our origin.
The melanated people, the narrative of melanated people, we dealing with our what?
Here in this country.
We dealing with our origin here in this country. And then this fool turned around and said,
look at the first organization we built. I'm gonna say it again.
Then he gonna say the first organization we built, like he was a part of it, and that was it. That's our origin. He's saying right now. He's saying right now that y'all getting on him in the comments. Yeah, man. But he's saying, listen to how he's wording this, okay? He's saying that the origin of our people in this country had to deal with a what? Like what? So forget the fact that we built the country. It was all about this organization, huh? He holding on to something for dear life, ain't he?
When we looking at the narrative
narrative, yeah. Put # narrative in there. Narrative. That man, and he said he had the nerve to tell me I'm just making up stuff. And he came in and said narrative. This is hilarious.
Melanated people, we're dealing with our origin here in this country. When we look at the first organization we built, I'm gonna say it again: African Union Society, made by Newport Gardner and Abraham Casey, who spoke their language. They then begin to detail why they're doing it.
Who spoke their language. They then begin to detail.
They're telling you that they were taken from the African continent. They're telling you what the purpose of this. These individuals are in contact with the free blacks from New York, free blacks from Philadelphia.
By the way, he talk about some well-known gatekeepers, and he holding them up high too.
Blacks from Boston, and they're all talking about how to liberate and free black people. The question is,
free black people from what? From enslavement? Are you referring to that?
Every time we look in the records from the ending of the slave trade from 1808 to 1807, that was a holiday all through the Black Americas.
From the end of slavery from 1808 to 1807. Wait a minute, y'all. I should have. Hold on. I know he did not say that.
Look in the records from the ending of the slave trade from 1808 to 1807.
Yes, he did. From the ending of the slave trade from 1808 to 1807. Yo, see, this is exhibit B, C, D, E, F. This is the reason why certain people should not have a mic. This is a total waste of my time right here. What are you talking about? First of all, slavery was allegedly abolished in 1863, 1865, not 1808 to 1807. Wait a minute. So, and then he didn't go up. He went backwards. Like, this is, okay, and this is a scholar?
That was a holiday all through the Black Americas.
What was a holiday? Hold up. No. I'm so glad I'm listening to this now.
In the records from the ending of the slave trade from 1808 to 1807, that was a holiday all through the Black Americas.
Oh my God. Whoa. And he had the nerve to tell me I'm making up stuff. This is absolutely hilarious. And do y'all know that Sonetta is trying to get this guy that's speaking right now to debate Top Cats on the same card as me debating somebody else they about to pick? This is a waste. This is the reason why I told them they gonna have to pay to waste my time. Look at that.
We celebrated the end of this from sermons going all down the line. How come not one black person said that we always been here and we are not of African descent?
There he go with the black.
Aboriginal, Indian, or whatever name you want to name it.
All
Where's
right,
that information?
Let him speak. Go ahead.
That terminology wasn't even being used back then, man. Nobody agreed to the. Hold up, let me finish.
What's your no?
Hold up, brother. Calm down. Calm down.
You gotta let him finish.
Let me finish.
Bro.
That terminology wasn't even being used until the 1950s, and the terminology that I'm talking about amongst the people, not just the U.S. Census, the people, they didn't agree to that term black until the 1950s, 1960s. Prior to that, it was derogatory. Nobody agreed with anybody stating the term black because that was a derogatory statement. That's just like you calling somebody a nigga.
Okay, so we have a mutual aid society called the Black Men of Color in the 1790s in North Carolina.
That does. I just said that now nobody's going to agree with that. Not everybody
once again,
agreed with that.
What he's trying to do is pinpoint that it was a sprinkle of societies that said Africa society, black society. When I'm speaking in general, the people did not agree to that term black. Those were fighting words. Shout out to Mercedes in the chat. Yeah, he got Wikipedia pulled right up, reading it verbatim. He sure do. But see, keep in mind, he can't combat that. I'm telling him those terms were not agreed upon back then. That was not the general census as far as our people are concerned. We did not come out on the street and say that we were black until the 50s or the 60s of the 1900s, 1950s, 1960s. All right. And proved it. I proved that so many damn times.
It was a derogatory statement. That's just like you calling somebody a nigga.
Okay, so we have a mutual aid society called the Black Men of Color in the 1790s in North Carolina.
That does. I just said that now nobody's going to agree with that. Not everybody agreed with that. Just like not everybody agreed with the Black Panthers because of the black part.
Bro, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Again,
that's true. Not everybody agreed with Black Panthers because of the black part. And see, it was people like them that would believe that everybody joined the Black Panthers. No, that's not the case. They didn't agree to that black part. Straight up.
It's so black. It wasn't popular until the 1950s. You didn't want to try to play games.
And I could prove it.
You did. No, you can't. You never can. And then
now he said, I can't prove this. Listen close. Listen.
Again, what we're talking about, you're making claims saying that people didn't call themselves black. It wasn't popular until the 1950s. You didn't want to try to play games.
And I could prove it.
You did. No, you can't. You never can. And then you want to run around.
Don't tell me
Now he's saying I can't prove it.
Never can. You don't know what I have.
He don't know what I have, but he gonna tell me that I can't prove that. I mean, this is how you know that these people barely watch my channel. Barely. Not only just barely watch my channel, they not reading my books. They not doing nothing. They just straight up hate Dane Calloway. And they ain't even got their act together right now.
Okay, yo, listen. Again. So here's the evidence, right?
Brother, calm down a little bit, brother. Have a general conversation with me. Calm down. You don't got to get all hype.
The ending of the slave trade from 1808, every black person in America is celebrating as a holiday. When we look at our first institutions,
you calling them black? That don't mean that they black.
Like I said, they called the African. Now what?
Nah, they didn't. Okay.
Prove it.
All right, so we got to pull up each and everybody's census records to see if they consider themselves black.
Fam, listen, I'm gonna tell you this one time again because you're playing the people from
this is hilarious. You getting too emotional too, bro.
The first organizations that people of African descent want to play game black, they called themselves something. It's called African, 1780.
See? Look how he associated the word black or the term black with the term African. Emotionally discharged. Like, seriously? These pan goofies is out of there, bruh. They dead.
African Union Society, 1784.
So what you trying to tell me? I heard you. What you trying to tell me is that a society is considering everybody else black, but not the individuals, correct?
No, the individuals are.
The individuals consider themselves whatever that's on the U.S. Census, because right now you cannot pull up a U.S. Census. Hold on. Right now, you cannot pull up a U.S. Census record where it's going to reflect that these people called themselves Africans during that time period. In fact, the term, hold on. In fact, the term African was never utilized on any U.S. census.
Okay,
Stop playing.
Woo! And look, this hurt them. This hurt them right there. You heard what I said? The term African was never utilized on any U.S. census. There was no, and what I mean by that is, and I've been saying this for the longest, there was no classification of race that straight up said African at all. We went from Indian to colored to Negro, mulatto, then black, then African American. You know what they're going to do? They're going to try to go to the census, the most recent census, and say, no, see, look, but if you mark down black, that means you African. See, it's saying that you're coming from African, but from Africa, right? But wait a minute. What about the term white? Hold up, because they changed it too. When they started adding descriptions of these classifications, Africans can also consider themselves white. Like, come on. Stop playing. So just because they saying African don't mean that they so-called black. It can mean that they're so-called white also. Y'all want to deal with that though. Yeah, like Elon Musk. Go ahead, y'all say, y'all see, we know better than this. This is too easy. It's too easy. Remember that video I showed that guy forgot his name and he was like, because I know a white guy who grew up in South Africa and he now lives in America. He is an African American and more African American than most. It's a misnomer, right? It's a misnomer. But they want you to believe. They want you to believe because they can't prove it. They just want you to believe that the term black means that you're African. And it don't work like that.
In fact, the term, hold on. In fact, the term African was never utilized on any U.S. census.
Okay,
Stop playing.
So you want to go with what the white man says. I'm giving you what black.
Oh, and now I'm going with what the white man said?
Yes.
Woo! You heard this? Hold up. Now I'm going with what the white man said. Listen.
It's up.
Woo! I'm going to drop another bomb. These fools lose it at their source because they don't have none. Now I'm going with what the white man said. That's what he came out his mouth. And I want y'all to watch Shanetta's expression because Shanetta know better. He ain't no dummy. Watch Shanetta's expression when I say this. Watch.
It's going to reflect that these people called themselves Africans during that time period. In fact, the term, hold on. In fact, the term African was never utilized on any U.S. census.
Okay,
Stop playing.
So you want to go with what the white man says. I'm giving you what black.
Oh, and now I'm going with what the white man said?
Yes, that's what you're doing.
Look at Shanetta. Watch.
Are you serious, Shanetta? Yes. These the people you going to bring?
Yo, listen, brother. Listen. Hold on. So
Shanetta, this can't be real.
Shanetta scratching his head.
Real,
I'm telling you what black people call themselves.
His old man scratching his head. Shanetta know better.
He said, now I'm going to go off what the white man said.
That's what you're doing.
This can't be real.
Yes, you're talking about a census. I'm talking about you what black
people
call
census is a government document indicating somebody's. Hold on. Hold on, brother. Calm down, brother. Wow.
He got emotional.
Calm down. A U.S. Census record is a document indicating of somebody's classification that the government asked them by way of enumerators coming to their house, asked them who they are, right? And that happened since 1790, correct? So if they did not say, hey, put down Africa or African as my classification, then that indicates that they are not Africans, correct?
No, you're incorrect.
But let's be real. How is that the white man's information when they sent the enumerators out to the houses?
No, because they're the ones who pick what the classifications are.
Sometimes, hold on, I agree with you on that. Sometimes certain classifications were picked by the enumerators. I agree with that.
Listen, this is a lot of dancing.
But there was no classification of race indicating that Africans were here at all. African, that term African was never used at all.
So what?
Look, he mad.
Now you trying to cut me off.
Somebody said I'm playing games.
What about it, bro? It's nothing. It's the primary source.
Somebody on his panel said I was playing games. With donation.
Hold up, brother. Primary. Hold on. The primary source right now is the U.S. Census. You know why? Because the government had records indicating who was who and where they were. Now, if you're trying to state that some society that slapped the term African on it as more primary than the 1790 U.S. Census, then you got a problem.
Right. So now, when you look at that census, right, and we'll look at Frederick Douglass, we could even look at Martin.
I'm already telling you right now that
he's struggling. Oh my God, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. A primary source, a government document is a primary source. A society is not a primary source, bruh.
You know why? Because the government had records indicating who was who and where they were. Now, if you're trying to state that some society that slapped the term African on it as more primary than the 1790 U.S. Census, then you got a problem.
Right. So now, when you look at that census, right, and we'll look at Frederick Douglass, we could even look at Martin.
I'm already telling you right now that I could prove that the U.S. Census never used Africa. Ever. Never used African.
Why are you scared to have a conversation? Listen, if I'm looking at...
That's not about being scared. I'm correcting you because right now you're wrong.
And I'm looking at Martin Delaney. Martin Delaney is on the census. He fought in the Civil War. His genealogy from himself, he tells you that his great grandmother. I'm not done, bro. I'm not done, fam. His family is.
You're not ready, man.
No, you're not ready. Because all of these people that.
And Top Cat, this the guy you gonna be. This the guy right here.
Yo, Sonetta, what is you running here, bro?
He ain't ready.
So like, yo, if we looking at all of these people, from every abolitionist, all of them are on that census. All of them. From Richard Allen, we can find them on there. But when we look at their works and we look at what they set for themselves,
we could find them on a census. We could look that up, right? But when we look at their works, listen to how he tried to switch it.
And we look at their origin story. They all say we are people of the African race.
And we look at their origin story. They say that we were all people. Listen to this. He tried to project it out there. That doesn't work. Projections don't work. It's shoot. It don't even work when they try to show you projections of who gonna win the election. Get out of here.
You're not ready.
Come on, bro.
Top Cat, this the guy you gonna be. This the guy right here.
Yo, Sonetta, what is you running here, bro?
He ain't ready.
So like, yo, if we looking at all of these people, from every abolitionist, all of them are on that census. All of them. From Richard Allen, we can find them on there. But when we look at their works, and we look at what they set for themselves, and we look at their origin story.
You can tell he mad. He put. I don't know how he got his phone set up, but you can tell he's slamming his hand on the table. You hear all the noise in the background. This is hilarious.
People of the African race. That's what the black people, the melanated people said for themselves. Don't play this census game.
How many?
And then he said, "Don't play this census game." He don't want to look up the U.S. Census. The enumerators were recording the people. He don't want to look that up. That's going to debunk him. That's why he don't want to look that up. So he said, Neo said he needs some milk. He gonna need more than milk. His mic needed restraining order. Yeah, Mercedes, he had a straight tantrum. Temper tantrum. That's what I was trying to say right there. This is hilarious. He airboxing. This is funny. This is absolutely hilarious. It's embarrassing on their side too, man.
But you can't debunk. You can't debunk the census.
Bro, whatever.
You
The black
can't.
people-
It's a primary source. You can't debunk the census.
The melanated people is the primary source, and their writings debunk you because they're on the census.
He said the melanated people are the primary source, and their writings are above me. Why you throwing it on me? I didn't write the U.S. Census. I didn't take the U.S. Census. I'm not the U.S. government. I'm not a government agent. I don't work for no society. I'm not a Mason. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Freemason. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm Dane Calloway. Why you putting it on me like I wrote the census? This fool got in his feelings so quick. It is hilarious.
Bro, whatever.
You can't. It's a primary source. You can't debunk the census.
The melanated people is the primary source, and their writings debunk you because they're on the census, even though the census might not have African there and it has Negro there.
Even though this census or their census it might not have African there, it might have Negro there. Listen to him. He falling and he can't get back up. This is hilarious.
Calling themselves that. You ain't getting around that.
You assuming that they call themselves that.
No,
that's what
not.
it is. That's what it is.
We have their writings. So what
You riding off what a society's name is called, and you saying that the people. Hold up a second. And you saying that don't get disrespectful, cut me off, brother. I'm giving you a chance to get your stuff out and give me a chance to rebuttal. Right now, because you're not making any complete sense. You're not bringing any primary sources with what you're talking about. If you can't regurgitate any primary source that's older than the U.S. Census when it comes to identity, then you falling short.
Good. 1787. Hold on.
You falling short, brother.
Hold on. Check it out. Wait a minute. Hold on. Reggie, because I'm outside, right? Remember what he just said, right?
Man, you just a punching bag, man. Come on.
U.S. Census. Could you do me a favor and pull up?
You a punching bag, man.
Can you pull up 1787 Pre-African Society Preamble? It's right on PBS.
You want me to pull up what?
Yeah. 1787 Free African Society Preamble. Remember what he said? Yeah, but he said you ain't seeing no. Let's get.
Right. Top Cat said, yeah, but you only speak. He only speaking for a certain group of people, and that's true. He only speaking for those that were of their society, right? And that's true. He wasn't speaking for everybody. We didn't vote them niggas. We ain't say, yeah, we behind them. It wasn't posters outside trying to say we African. Yeah, come on. The only posters that we see is white folks out there saying go back to Africa. But guess when that happened? 1960s. So anyway.
I'm dealing with what the melanated people said.
I want to deal with what they
All you gotta do is calm down, brother, so we can have a conversation.
We are having a conversation.
Your voice is escalated by like 3 dBs right now. Bring it down a little bit, brother. Let's talk.
Yeah, 1787. Pull it up. Free African Society Preamble. Lastly, Dane Calloway. Last time we had our conversation.
Look. Now he flipping it. He flipping the conversation.
You said that West Africa. Hold on, I'm gonna get you right now. You said that West Africa was uninhabited until the French brought people there. You said that there is no records of people there.
I also put out
13th, 12th, 11th, 12th,
I could
8th,
let me
no people
hold
in
on.
West Africa.
Okay, wait. I also put a book out on this topic. It's called It Was Told in Reverse. And I also put my primary sources in the bibliography in the back of that book if you actually want to check my sources for real. If you do any reading, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It's a book called White America.
What do you want me to show? What do you want me to show?
I can't see. Go to the PBS. Go to the PBS. The PBS Free African Society Preamble. And you put it there. But anyway, so
he trying to look, y'all. Look, I want y'all to notice this, y'all. He's trying to state that this preamble of the Free Africa Society has everything to do with all of the Americas. This is embarrassing. And then on top of that, the source that they pulled up was from PBS. This is something typed on a website. They're not showing you the actual preamble, but they're telling you that this is their primary source. No, but again, this is on a website. Listen, typed. Was it typewriters in 1787? Was it keyboards in 1787? No. So how do we know any of this is accurate? Where's the primary source of this? And then I want you to explain to me how some little organization in Philadelphia can speak for all of the Americas. Please do. Please explain. Because you know they watch it. They're going to have to come up with, no, because they said they was black. No. They said they was African. No. This particular society is speaking for their members. And their members only. They're not speaking for nobody else. Has anybody's family out there right now passed down information saying that they were a part of the Free African Society? I'll wait. Remember how he was asking, did this message get spread around? No, let's find out. Since, they want to cling on to these Freemasons, these gatekeepers. Come on. And the majority of them were Quakers. But anyway, we're going to get to this because this could easily be debunked. I mean, they already... This could easily be debunked. It's not a primary source. That's number one. Number two, we don't know if it's been changed or nothing. They can't pull up the original document. If there was an original document. If there was an original document. This is something he probably found on Wikipedia. Said it was a primary source because Wikipedia said it was a source. And he running with PBS as a primary source, y'all. This is hilarious. A website is not a primary source. PBS, so a broadcasting network, it's not a primary source. Unless you have the video. We talking about direct primary sources. Wow. Yeah, PBS Kids, yeah. Yeah, they were Quakers and Pilgrims, that's correct. Uh-huh. Trying to get people, keep in mind, you know how this particular group is aligned with the other group, the American Colonization Society, trying to get indigenous people over there to Africa, those that agreed, by the way, to the west coast of Africa. But this ain't nothing but some religious group. This was not speaking, again, for the entire Americas at all. You think everybody settled down and said, forget it? I'm going to be a religious person at that time? They're going to get down and lay down with them foreigners because they see people that look like them. They're going to run with them. Monkey see, monkey do. And see, the answer to that question will be an assumption because then you will assume that everybody went with them. Well, I could pull up the records. 13,000. The max was 15,000. Between 13 to 15,000 that went on the West Coast. And they all agreed. All religious people. And look, I got the primaries in my book, in the bibliography in the back of my book. I showed you exactly where that stuff is. They won't be able to pull that up. You know why? Because they internet scholars. I'm talking about records, not a website. Records. They too lazy. I'm not that type of person.
Until the French got there.
Well, that's what
you told me that there's no,
I told you.
Pipe down, Top Cat.
I told you the time period. I told you when it was. I told you who stated that, and I also stated my sources. That's not me coming up with that. I'm reiterating the source.
Right. Now what that say right there, Reggie?
So
it says
you talking about a free African society that has nothing. That has nothing to do with what I'm referring to. You trying to make it collaborate with the same thing, and it's not.
Now he trying to pit both of them together. See how he just brought up a whole nother question that's unrelated. I'm answering to it. Then he's trying to bring it back to this as if this is the mainstay, and it's not. They are not correlated. Two separate things.
The same thing.
I know, bro.
The free Africa was the Free Africa Society in West Africa or the Americas?
No, it wasn't in Africa. Why would it be?
Oh, and I'm purposely asked him that question to see if he knew what he was talking about here. I want y'all to hear this now. Listen to what he said.
I know, bro.
The Free Africa Society in West Africa or the Americas?
No, it wasn't in Africa. Why would it be in Africa?
Right. No, it wasn't in Africa. Why would it be in Africa? I called him up. Those of you that know the Free Africa Society out there, y'all know about it, right? Was it the Americas or Africa, y'all? Look, I purposely got that on record. I let him shoot himself in his own foot. Because I knew he didn't know what he was talking about. And then on top of that, if they were from America, listen, if they were from America, then there's an agenda here. Trying to go back to Africa, huh? Or trying to go to Africa. Because if they were born here, what's the point of going to Africa? What was the problem? This was the time period of the so-called Negro problem. This is in my book as well, by the way. Shoot, where my book at? Hold on, matter of fact, I'm about to start telling you the chapters. Hold up. Hold up. All this stuff in my book right now. It was told in reverse. That's what it's called. Chapter 5, removing the Negro population. Chapter 6, immigrating the Negro. He need to read that. Chapter 7, the establishment of the American colonization. Excuse me. I gave you the original name. The establishment of the American Society for colonizing the free people of color in the United States of America. That was the entire name. Come all the way down to chapter 10, the agenda of the American Colonization Society. I gave you all of this already. Near one of my sources was PBS or a website. He got to catch up.
Because I'm talking about West Africa. You talking about America.
Wait.
Two separate sources, right?
Wait. So now we're talking about...
Hold on. You brought up
Let's
the fact that I said that the parts of West Africa was not populated, right?
Yeah.
At a certain time period. They had to buy, I'm talking about America, the government had to buy that land from the French, correct? You talking about when I stated that?
You said that.
This has nothing to do with the Free African Society at all.
Hold on. No, this was a conversation.
You trying to collaborate two things that have nothing to do with each other.
No, brother, I just switched.
See how he trying to connect both of them together?
And I said, you also said that West
2K watching only 960 likes. What? Only 960 likes. That's how y'all feel? So y'all not gonna hit the like button right now? Can we hit the like button real quick? Can we turn up?
It's go time, Slim.
Can we turn up real quick? All right, we can turn up right now. All you gotta do is put turtles in the chat. You can put bombs in the chat, bow and arrows in the chat, feathers in the chat. We could turn up. Come on.
Right, because you're trying to collaborate two separate statements with each other. Your Free African Society has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
Well, can I just?
My side say 2.2, almost 2.3K watching right now. Come on, turn that up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we at 1.5K likes. Come on, turn it up. Turn it up. Come on. Get that over there. Yeah, it's close to 1.6. Go ahead. Come on. I'm looking at it. I can see it. We almost at 2.3K watching. Come on, you almost at 1.6. Soon as you go to 1.6, we almost there. Three more likes. 1.6K likes. There we go. There we go. All right, we there. We there. It's up. So I'm gonna come back a little bit. Now watch this, y'all. Watch how he immediately trying to move it. He trying to sway it. And I caught him in it. Like he trying to sway the direction, right? Yeah, the enemy's watching too. No, let them watch. Because they learning at the same time. Let them watch. Okay? But see, keep in mind, they don't even know my strategy. I ain't even go give up my strategy. That's why I kept it vague with them at that time. This was about a week and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken, when this took place. But yeah, that's why I said I wanted to have fun with y'all and go over this, because this part right here is just hilarious. How they talking about some stuff that they don't know nothing about. And you know, this is like, once again, he a punching bag. It's like I'm at practice warming up. That's it.
I ready to pull something up, and I said you also said that West Africa was uninhabited.
Right, because you're trying to collaborate two separate statements with each other.
No,
your
brother,
free African society has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
See, again, he trying to put both of them together, trying to connect both of them. Von Sal Sanders, thank you for the Cash App. I see that, y'all. I see the Cash App. Let me quickly say that. I share Marshall, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate that. You said, oh, CEO need you. The moderators blocked me in the chat. Okay. Okay. What's your? I mean, you. Damn. I wish you would have told me what. I don't know if that was your name. I shared Marshall. I wish you would have told me what your channel name was. That would have been nice. I could have said, all right, we could. You know what I'm saying? I could pull it up real quick right here on the right and unblock you. You got to let me know your channel name so I can see what happened. Just be careful if you're trying to post links right here. When I was asking y'all to post links, don't do it here. Do it in the 13% community server. Oh, he apologized? He apologized? Okay. No, that's cool. If y'all can't, I don't know what his name was, but if you can, Blue Dreamer, if you see him again, go ahead and unblock him. He probably didn't know. A lot of people didn't know. Some of them don't know. Oh, it was on accident? Okay. All right. See, my moderators are good. Y'all see how they working it out with y'all? My moderators are good people. Like, they wouldn't be moderators otherwise. If y'all make a mistake, they're going to recognize it. They're going to handle that. I appreciate that, y'all. And shout out to the moderators holding it down. You see what I'm saying? Because we got them snipers. Okay? Don't get it twisted. We definitely got them snipers if need be. They ready. Hold up. Hold up.
Snipers!
Diallo Quinn. Thank you. I appreciate that for the Cash App, young brother. He said, Young Niji in Nevada showing love on the live. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Come on, let's get it.
Can I just chime in? I would like to chime in.
This is my last thing, bro. This is my last thing. So look,
Hold up, man. Hold up,
This is my
man.
last thing. You said that West Africa was uninhabited until the French got there. You said that you have no written documents from the 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th.
Hold up, brother.
No black people.
Hold up.
Look
Do
how
you
he
have
try to
my
put
book?
words in my mouth.
Do you have my book?
Bro, we talking right now, and this is what you said.
Hold up, because
stood
where
on
you
it.
hold up, brother, calm down. Where are you getting that from?
From you.
Where are you saying that I stated
From
this?
you, and I have the video. You
Because
said it to
look,
me.
okay, listen. The thing is that I have put out since maybe you talked to me, but since then I put out every single one of my sources. Did you pull up any of my sources?
Bro, you never had a source. You never pulled.
Yo,
nothing
hold,
up.
stop, bro.
See what I'm saying? See? Hold up. Let me go. Hold up. I got my book right here, bruh. Hold up. I'm about to tell you how long the bibliography is. 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages long. I'm talking about every single source. Every single source. Game God, thank you for becoming a member. Everything that I state, when I told you that West Africa wasn't heavily populated, all of that stuff is in there. Until the French got there, all that stuff is in there. Think about that. Because if it was heavily populated, why would they want to go to lands that were heavily populated? Why would they want to say, okay, come on, man, it's a Negro problem in the Americas. Hey, y'all, religious people, we got to get rid of some of these Negroes. Can y'all come up with some religious campaign to move these people out, immigrating the Negro out? Why would you go to a landmass that's crowded? Think about that. Just like what they did in Hawaii and Maui. It was crowded. And them fucked up white, not all white folks, but them people that got millions of dollars, billions of dollars, said, let's get rid of them. Since they don't want to sell their land to us, let's burn it all down and start from scratch. And now they need, and watch. They gonna build that back up. Man, I'm upset about that. But they gonna bring their own people in there. All the indigenous people, either a few of them there and the rest of them gone. Don't that sound familiar? And those are our brothers and sisters in Hawaii, by the way. They more related to us than Africans are. I'm talking about Hawaii is close. Hawaii is a part of Turtle Island. We can't say the same for Africa. No hate to Africa, but no. They not our next door neighbors. And our own people was trying to come down there and help. And their own military down there turning them away. There's some bull, y'all. Look, but you got the nerve. Congo with a K. All this in my book. Congo with a K. Sierra Leone. That's a French name. Where you think they getting this from? These are all foreigners. Liberia. It was a nobody. It was barely populated. Barely. Even people of that landmass will tell you that. And I put that on camera. I meant to say I put that on screen. Those lands was not populated, bruh. Heavily. Just a sprinkle of people there. And they felt as though they could take it over. I'm talking about the French. But he can't grasp that for some odd reason. I told him where the sources are. He don't want to pull it up. That's not my fault. Stop.
Bro,
do you see that book on the screen?
Bro,
Hold on.
listen.
Hold on,
Hold on,
brother. Hold on. Calm down, man.
Bro,
I mean, come on. I shouldn't be talking to a child. I should be talking to an adult. Listen to me. The whole point, listen, stop, brother. The whole point is that I did multiple things on that topic. I also put out my sources. And not one time have you brought up any of my sources.
Yo, bro,
you just see there? You're just stating, hold on. You're just stating some statements right now with your own assumptions sprinkled in as to the reason why you think I said certain things.
I told you what I said, and then you still switching it again. What I told you again, hold on. What I told you again
you kept cutting me
was
off.
that the Americas did not own any lands in West Africa. They bought it from the French. That's what I told you. They had to buy those lands from the French because they did not own parts of it. I also told you who bought those lands.
Yeah.
Now, meaning by purchase. I gave you the sources, and I also told you why the French stated when they got there it was not habited by a bunch of West Africans. I told you where it came from if we had a conversation, but now it's no excuse. It's inside of my book right now. It was told in reverse is the name of the book. If you want to combat my sources, go to the bibliography of my book and pull it up yourself.
It's that simple. It's that simple. Matter of fact, what my do I have that? Let me do it right now. This book right here. No.
All of my wife and I's 5-star rated books are available to order right now.
Not that one. I don't think I have that. Ooh, you lucky I don't have that right now. You lucky I ain't got that right now. But it was told in reverse. It's on the screen. After false heroes, false hope. Oh, just type it in. Just type in it was told in reverse. Google, since you've been using Google, type in Dane Calloway. It was told in reverse. That book gonna pick up. It's not a game. Well, I told you, see, and that's a lot of people out there that, you know, call themselves Pan-Africans, Pan-Goofies for real. They were trying to twist up my words purposely and try to state that I said that the transatlantic slave trade never happened, period. When I told you that the transatlantic slave trade never happened the way that we were told. You got to say the whole thing. It happened in reverse. That's why I told you it was told in reverse. It happened in the, and you know, they still to this day, they can't debunk it because they never did that research. Ever. Because they got to find out what happened to them white folks. That's why. That's why. And you got people all across the world agreeing with me, including white folks. And shout out to them. They showing love. I appreciate that. Solo Spirit, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And a lady 314. I'm dropping the bomb. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, sister. Man. Melanin is worth $445 per gram. Man, look. We got, and I'm glad that you brought that up. You know why? Because we do have enemies out there that don't share the same skin complexion, but you got to understand that it is enemies out there, our enemies, that could look like you and I. And they working for them people. I'm going to, what's coming up is the third part of the Gatekeepers. I'm thinking I'm gonna go live with that one because I gave y'all the Gatekeepers part 2. I recorded that. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have time that day. I was working on that book. So I'm gonna go live with that. But I'm gonna set it up. Be on the lookout for either later today, maybe tomorrow, however that's gonna work. I'm not sure. So we could go live on this Maui situation. We got to. Once again, those are our brothers and sisters as well. They're part of Turtle Island. And that's not fair. Those messages was not coming out purposely. That was purposely done. But I love all my people. And keep in mind, I love all people in general. Don't call me racist. You could call me prejudiced. Yeah, I'm going to love my people. Prejudice has to do with loving my people. That's why they came out with that term racism. Racism means that you love your own people, but you stand against all other people. I'm not a racist. I may be prejudiced, but I'm not a racist. You see that? See how they tried to twist it? Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it. I know it's late. It's super late. It's probably 2 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock my time. And I know Callie hanging in there, but I appreciate that. I don't want to make this too late. Thank you all that showed love. Thank you all for the likes, shares, and the comments. We're going to pick this back up and we're going to get into that topic. Be on the lookout. Join the 13% community server if you want to be on the panel. You have to join the 13% community server. Don't forget, if you don't have that link, hit hit exclamation point, the number 1 and the number 3. Exclamation point 13. The link is there. It is free. You do not have to pay for anything at all. Okay? And yes, my moderators are there as well, and they don't play no games. So don't try to come up in there and chop some bull crap. They will snipe that ass. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to see you all very shortly. Wado.
I'm just here to make you think.